Hello friends, this is Rajdeep. Welcome to Learning Insight for UGC-NET-JRF Social Work Paper 2, and this is our previous year sections. So in this video we'll discuss Social Work Paper 3 December 2013 with best explanation, and this is our 10B, that means part B of this question paper, because from question 1 to 35 we have discussed in our previous video. So let's start. So we'll discuss here from question 36. So the first question, that is question number 36, the influence of one variable on the other can be analyzed by using regressions. So influence of one variable on the other can be analyzed by using regressions. And what is regressions? In statistical modeling, regression analysis is a set of statistical process for estimating the relationship between a dependent variable and or one or more independent variable. Now next, which among the following does not come under the probability sampling? So यहाँ पे कौन सा probability sampling में नहीं आता है? So we know that purposive sampling is not come under probability sampling. So there are mainly two type of sampling, broadly probability sampling and non-probability sampling. So the main type of probability sampling methods are simple random sampling, stratified sampling, cluster sampling, multi-stage sampling, systematic random sampling. These are the type of probability sampling. The key benefit of probability sampling method is that they guarantee that the sample chosen is representative of population. Now next, which one of the following are techniques of social casework? So universalization and encouraging, these are the two techniques of social casework. These are the this question I didn't find any appropriateness of this question, because there should be some situation for this techniques, but it's simply given the question that you have to identify the technique only. So according to this answer sheet, we'll go with these two options, universalization and encouraging. Now next questions, to carry out broker's role, the social workers. Okay, so what the broker's roles carry it out in social worker as social workers? Identify clients' needs, assess their motivations and capacity to use various resources, and help them gain access to the most appropriate resources. Now next, which of the following is the most important task of an effective group leader? So group leader का most important task क्या होता है as a effective group leader? Assert group to achieve the desired goal. So यहाँ पे बोला गया कि most important task. These all are tasks of group leaders, but this is the most important, that is encouraging group to achieve their desired goal. That means the purpose of the member of a group, it should be achieved by themselves. That means the goals should be achieved. Now next, latent learning is an example of cognitive learning. So what is latent learning? Latent learning is the subconscious retention of information without reinforcement or motivation. In latent learning, one changes behavior only when there is sufficient motivation later than when they subconsciously retain the information. So latent learning is a subconscious retention of information without any reinforcement or motivation. So latent learning is an example of cognitive learning. Now next, the book entitled The Mentality of Apes was that was given by Wolfgang Kohler is about insight learning. So Wolfgang Kohler has given the book that is called Mentality of Apes, and this was talk about insight learning. Now next, who among the following scholar has described tribal population as submerged humanity? So Dr. Das and other has described the tribal population as submerged humanity. Now next, correlation is a statistical tool for what? So correlation is a statistical tool for discovering and measuring the relationship and expressing it in a brief formula. It's a correlation statistical tool. Now marriage is defined as, an approved social pattern for establishing a family. That means a approved social pattern. And second is talk about a socially sanctioned union of male and female, socially sanctioned, socially approved, and a contract of production and maintenance of children. So all these are the component of marriage, or you can say is a marriage can be defined with these sentences or terms. Now next, the part of mind that lies on reality is, so we know that reality principle is related with ego. So according to Freud analytical theory, the id is a primitive or instinctual part of, that means instinctive part of the mind that contains sexual and aggressive drives and hidden memories. The superegos operates as a moral conscience, and the ego is the realistic part of mediated between the desire of the id and the superegos. That means ego is a balancing personality, and it's a mediate between the id and superego. Now next, which among the following is not the purpose of human resource planning? So यहाँ पे से कौन सा social human resource planning का purpose नहीं है? So configuring fixed skill setup for a department is in a same manner is not a purpose of human resource planning. So human resource planning का क्या क्या purpose होता है? Analyze people market environment, forecasting future skill requirement, optimum use of currently employed human resources. So these are the purpose of human resource planning. Now next, Article 41 of Indian Constitution state right to education and work. So this article, that means Article 41 of Indian Constitution states that within the limits of its economic capacity and development, that means the limit of the states, make effective provision for securing the right to work, to education, and to public assistance in case of unemployment, old age, sickness, disablement, and other cases of undeserved one. So these are the provision that state can take as per the Article 41 of Indian Constitutions. Now next, classical conditioning was propagated by Ivan Pavlov. So Ivan Pavlov was a Russian psychologist best known in psychology for his discovering of classical conditioning. So Ivan Pavlov was a Russian psychologist, and during his studies on digestive system of dogs, Pavlov noted that animal salivations naturally upon the presentation of food. So his conditioning, classical conditioning, was popular, and it was propagated by Ivan Pavlov. Now golden triangle is, so golden triangle is known as a set of three countries producing heroin. So golden triangle in the area where the borders of Thailand, Laos and Myanmar meet at the confluence of two rivers, Ruak and Mekong. Most of the world heroines come from the Golden Triangle until the early 21st century, when Afghanistan became the world's largest producer. So Golden Triangle is a border area of three countries, Thailand, Laos and Myanmar. Now let's match the following. Okay, social work tool, that is interaction is a social work tool, social work technique, interview is a technique, methods we know the social action, and social work field, that is labor welfare. Now next, Human Rights Day is celebrated on 10 December, World Day of Social Justice is celebrated on 20th February, Humanitarian Day 19 August, World Health Day celebrated on 7th April. For days and important observation, you can see, you can watch one of my videos from my important material sections, that is spatial videos. From spatial videos you will get all the important days and their observations. Now next, psychosocial theory is developed by Hamilton, psychoanalytic theory Sigmund Freud, learning theory Thorndike, and behavior modification theory Skinner. Now next, hallucination is something related to false perceptions, bipolar disorder is related to mood disorder, Dementia is related to organic psychosis, and eating disorder is anorexia nervosa. Okay, so pair is correctly matched. Find out the pairs. So it's supervision and evaluation in charity that was given by Jeffrey R. Brackets, and this is the correctly matched here. Now next, unitary approach is given by Edward. Edward was given that unitary approach. Trusteeship's approach was given by Mahatma Gandhi, and system approach that was given by Dunlop, and then pluralist approach that was given by John R. Commons. Now next, the Equal Remuneration Act that was again for the important acts and legislation and the years. You will find one video in my important material section. You must watch before the exam, because from years and act definitely will find one or two questions in a NET-JRF exam. So the Equal Remuneration Act that was passed in the year 1976, the Workmen Compensation Act that was passed in 1923, the Employees State Insurance Act passed in 1948, and the Payment of Gratuity Act that was passed in the year, or that enacted in the year 1972. Now assertion, okay, every human being has to be regarded as a person with dignity and oath. Yes, correct. Human beings are interdependent. So yes, both are correct. So both A and R are correct. Now which of the following is not an objective of fieldwork? So यहाँ से कौन सा objective नहीं है fieldwork का? To work as a member of staff as the agency. No, we are not staff. We are fieldwork trainees. So we are not a staff, and we should not work as a staff at the agency. So other than this, to relate the classroom instruction into the real life situation, yes, this is the objective of fieldwork. To develop skill in working with target groups, yes, it's also scope of that's objective of fieldwork. To attain professional growth and development, yes, these three are the objectives of fieldwork. But work as a member of staff at agency is not an objective of fieldwork. Now next, human beings are not subservient to state. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. A is correct and R is the correct explanation of A. Now a research study overlapping one another are undertaken quite often for one of adequate information, duplication of research studies resulting plagiarism. Yes, both are correct, and R is not a correct explanation of A, because the matter is not same related one's reason is talking about. Now in the simple random sample of a given size, all subsets of the frame are given equal probability. Yes, okay. Any given pairs of element has the same chance of selection as any other such pairs. So both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A, because it's talking about simple probability sampling only. Now next, personality is the particular combination of emotional, attitudinal and behavior response patterns of an individual. Personality refers to enduring personal characteristics that are revealed in a particular pattern of behavior in a variety of situations. Yes, both are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Now next, the phase and complexity of any group will be the same. Social group work supports people to make use of leisure time. Yes, A is wrong, because phase and complexity of any group will be the same. No, never. It will. Every group has different problems, and every group have complexity and phase will be different. So it will not be same. So A is wrong and R is the correct, because social group work supports people to make use of leisure time. This is correct. Now the criminal justice system is designed to punish and reform the criminal. Okay, correct. The law in India is not victim oriented. Yes, both are correct, but R is not a correct explanation of A. Now steps of social science research: prepare as per the research plan study. So first we have to formulate the problem, then find the objectives, and then we'll go for hypothesis, that means research question, then we'll go for data collection. After data collection we'll go for processing and analysis of data, and then we will go for report writing. So problem formulation, then objectives, hypothesis, data collection, processing, analysis of data, and after that report writing. Now sequence of the following. Okay, first we'll do advertisement and recruit the people, and then select from the recruitment, we'll select the people, and then we'll go for orientation training, that is called induction, and then only after that, as per the capacity and the eligibility, will give the placement. So recruitment, selection, then induction, then placement. Now next, phases of disaster management in a correct sequence. So first we'll go that is community based preparedness, and then we'll go for warning message on the impending disaster, then we'll go for evacuation, then rescue, then resettlement, and then finally rehabilitation. So community based preparedness, then warning message, then evacuation, then rescue, then resettlement, and then finally rehabilitations. Now next steps. Okay, so attending call on a child helpline. This child helpline is talking about child labor related issues. So attending the call on child helpline, and then we'll picking up the child and seeking permission to provide shelter. So we'll seeking permission from police and others authorities and court, etc. And then we'll go for producing the child before juvenile justice competent authority and case details, and then will assessing the child needs, and then finally sending the child to aftercare homes. So here related to the child welfare department works, and it's talking about the issues of child helpline. So this will be your sequence. Now next, okay, so important days in the month of October. So you have to go to sequence in the calendar. So World Mental Health Day is celebrated on 10 October. International Day of World Older Person 1st October, and then World Food Day is observed on 16 October, and International Day of Girl Child 11 October. Remember, this will not get in your exams. It was given by me for your correct understanding. So this will be your sequence for your answer. So this is all about, and in our next video we'll discuss paper 2014 for NET-JRF practice. If you like the content, then please do like,